It's alive!
It's alive!
I started that in my brain.
Frankenstein from 1931 in November. It actually came out the same year as Dracula, which Dracula came out in February. Who did you say directed that?
James Whale.
James Whale.
I had to look it up because I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a story, if you don't know, about a mad scientist who wants to create life, and he successfully does it. And then his family and friends and the rest of the village, the monster kind of goes a little crazy, and they're all very concerned, and they basically are trying to figure out how to find and kill the monster.
The fun thing about Frankenstein, I think even 5-year-olds know the story of Frankenstein. It's like Huckleberry Finn. It's just in our DNA now. Like, everyone knows about Frankenstein.
I do not know what Huckleberry Finn is about. I don't think I ever paid attention in school.
That explains a lot.
It does.
They improved a whole lot from, not saying Dracula was terrible, but like Dracula was it was made like a play. Frankenstein was more of a movie. Different angles, shots. When characters talked, it actually showed their head.
They went handheld for a couple of things.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell.
Very unique.
But it was one of the first movies of its time to kind of do that handheld stuff. Because most of the stuff was probably mostly on, I'm guessing, on some sort of tripod or something that held the camera.
Crane or something. There was some really shaky camera work that was like, they clearly didn't have Steadicam back then.
In the movie, the monster gets out. Frankenstein gets out, and he is walking through the woods, and he gets to this house, and there's a little girl who was just barely talking to her father, and her dad is like, yo, I gotta go. Frankenstein comes along, and she's just like sweet little girl who's like, oh, hi, you person who looks funny, but I'm not gonna say that to your face. Do you want to play with me and have some flowers? And look, we can throw them in the water, and they float. And Frankenstein's like, and he's smiling and laughing and whatever. And he runs out of flowers. He picks up the little girl and throws her in the water, and she drowns. That didn't happen in movies. Like, killing in general, on screen.
Especially children.
On screen killing. Even in Dracula, it didn't show anybody die on screen. Mm-hmm. 6 months later, Frankenstein comes out. A child dies on screen.
Mm-hmm. When the guy was holding his daughter, get focused on him as he's walking, and the camera's just on him as he's walking, and it shows the crowd's reaction. Up until that point, there wasn't very many movies that did that. It's crazy how much they improved from Dracula to this movie, and I mean, the makeup and the acting was spot on too. I mean, Dr. Frankenstein was great. He was perfect. I mean, there's a reason why everyone still quotes it. It's alive to this day, you know. And then Boris Karloff, who played Frankenstein, was just this force to be reckoned with. I mean, this image of him, like right here on the shirt, and there's, you know, ingrained in our memory. One of the weird parts was at the very end, and where it's like Frankenstein dies, and it fades out, and you're like, you know what? That's a good ending. And then all of a sudden, it chimes back into the Dr. Frankenstein on the bed, getting better, and then his dad or someone was there. And then he says some joke, and then it ends. But a lot of movies did that back then.
It had like a little outro, like thing.
Yeah,
It was weird.
Like the part so when you watch a trailer in the movie theater, and then it shows the credits, and then it shows a little clip after that. It was like that, but for a movie.
Yeah.
It's not a very long movie either. It's an hour and 15 minutes. So, I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, do watch it. I mean, this is the perfect month for it. So, what is your favorite Frankenstein incarnation? There's been plenty of them. Robert De Niro. There was Frankenstein in Van Helsing. Penny Dreadful. That's a TV show that has Frankenstein in there as well.
What is your guys' favorite? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit that like button and that little notification button so you can get notified when we upload our next video. I'll be Frankenstein, you be Dracula.
Choose the video below. Blah blah blah. I don't know why everyone who mimics me does blah blah blah. I never do blah blah blah.